Last time on the Just Create SMP, I might have cleared out a very large spot of land. Not only did I clear it out, but I also randomized the ground texture, giving it a kind of abandoned / well, industrial feel. Today, well, I have a lot of cleanup to do, and I also want to build a power station. And it's mainly because there were 3 types of space that we were out of, and one of those spaces, well, we've checked off the list, because I now have plenty. But the other type of space, I'm not doing so hot with, as we are nearly running out. And so, getting more stress units today, that's going to be on the priority list. Before I can do any of that, I've got to get all of these rails cleared up. And thankfully, there was a nice comment from Alistair that says, well, you ought to have some drills, like eat the rail behind as you drive, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So thanks for the comment, I do appreciate that, and yes, I do love the ideas that you guys send. So with a little arm running to the back into a drill, this should be able to, well, clear things up so long as I turn the drills on. And let's just take a look at this. Is it going to break it? Okay, so maybe not a drill, but I think that we could use a plow back there, and plows do pick the rails up. So something like this should get the job done. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Turn this into a train, plop down, and this temporary train, by the way, is going to be disappearing very, very soon. So now, when I turn around, we can actually see that I can break down all of the rails as we continue along. But finally, I have now made a train that eats its own tracks. Yeah, I've done that. I still have a little bit more manual cleanup to do, especially with the tiny pieces that it did miss, but you know what? That's still a lot of the bulk out of the way. Boy, oh boy, does this look a lot cleaner. And it literally took me like an hour and a half to clean up. I'm not even joking. But land area is now fully open and ready for new construction. Before we get into that, there is something else I need to take care of. Because not only has Beardstone finished the bridge, which looks honestly fantastic connected here. I love how he like transitioned where it's a broken section of the bridge with a floppy tubey thing. Ah, it's so good. All of this kind of leaning over and stuff. But yes, the bridge is now complete, but I do have some other things over here also to take a look at. Last episode at the end, I realized I was left a gift. Quite unsure what this is, but it is a lodestone compass that is pointing this way. Then I also received this, which says, it says 1 night only. 1 night only. You're invited to attend an exclusive 1 night only event at Steam Park. After shutting its doors mid-construction in early 2025, the park has remained devoid of visitors ever since. Now we reopen the doors for 1 night to experience the wind beneath our feet on Aeronautica? Is that right? Waters of turbulent timber and the thrill of Tover Torin. Boy, that's a mouthful. Date and time to be continued. I'm assuming that's what that means. Please register your entrance. Okay, at the Black Powder Bay Emporium. Interesting. Unfortunately though, I did miss the deadline for this one. But I still want to go take a look at the Emporium. That would be kind of cool. Making my way to the shopping district. I mean, my building is still here. 44 cells, not too bad. I'm assuming, aha, I believe this is the building over here. Still surprised no one's taken up on the offer of building more things in here. Gold for cash. Huh. Is this where you give up your valuable gold for money in exchange for only 80% of its value? Yeah, I think that's how that works. Yes, the Black Powder Bay Emporium. I love these signs, by the way, that Beardstone has put in. Let's take a look. All right. I can't. Is that what yes, that is, how is that even done? That is hilarious. And there's a large beardy pop over here. This was the registration. And I didn't get in here the ability to do this. Unfortunate, but this looks pretty cool. And so I can buy TNT, I can buy rockets, I can also buy just regular gunpowder. Apparently I can buy paper, all of which is in here. And ow, I can't make it, I can't go upstairs. Why has he done this? All in all though, pretty darn cool to be able to see some of these ships. I love getting like ideas, and sometimes stuff like this is inspiring and will inspire me for the next thing I build. Still, the riding the rocket is that's adorable. I do want to make my way up the rope though. I want to check this out up here and see what this is all about. Interesting. All right, we make our way down. Gold for cash. Okay, so they're selling gold for diamonds. You know what's funny about this? I'm actually voiding all of my gold. Like I'm literally throwing it in the trash. It is mainly because of the main use for it would be just for these gold stack blocks of coins. Like why isn't there more things you can do with gold? Anyways, I digress. Either way, this is a fantastic looking build. They've done fantastic on these, and I'm looking forward to see what more gets built around the shopping area. Also, is that a dropper ride? Is that what I see in the distance? There's so much going on. I kind of want Kev to show me that. That'll be kind of cool. Now, also, there was a stream weekend, and I'm assuming this road got placed in during the stream weekend, which is fantastic looking also. But I should probably make my way towards this lodestone. Is it taking me to Azu's place? Was this a gift from Azu? Look at all of this. I bet more things are going to be popping in. Oh, yes. As he's done some work since I've last been here. Look at all this stuff coming. Is that a cider shop? What? And then also coffee, I believe. What? He's also got an invite. That's great. Yeah, I guess you make your way in here and there's a dining area. Okay, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere for me to be able to buy cider yet. Okay, maybe in the future. But this keeps on going and going. Okay, so we're continuing out this way even more. Oh, it finally did turn. Okay, and it's pointing here. Here? Is it underground, maybe? Oh my goodness. Is that what I think it is? There's my RV. Mind you, it's in a pretty dangerous spot. I've never seen so many creepers in my life. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in, like, is everything still intact here? Okay, there's still prismarine. There's 60 diamonds in here. Wait, I'm completely out of dark prismarine. So they just bought up all of the dark prismarine, which, I mean, I don't blame them. That's one of my favorites as well. But why is it over here? Isn't this Stam's area? Wait, there's even an elevator. Wait a minute. Where in the world would this go to? The station. What? Oh my. All the way out here, there is something like this? What exactly is this? I have never seen this before. To the lair. What did I just stumble upon? What did I just stumble upon? Do I even want to know? To the lair, what? You know what? Before I head out, I should definitely grab this. Oh my goodness. Pick this bad boy up. It's mine now. I get to take my baby back home. Oh man. I am though kind of curious, like, where this would take me. Like, if I just chill for a minute? Oh my goodness, that goes really far away. Okay, it just started going. Should I have done that? Where is this thing taking me? Like, we've traveled quite a while now. Oh, and this section's really, really dark. Oh wait, I think we've made it. We have. Where are we? Like, what is this? Beardy smells of old pants. Huh. I mean, this is the only way out? What did I just enter into? That's so cool. Wait, what is this? Subway profit. Subway. Steel bricks. Froggy distracts. Find new base location. Is that Beardstone? What? I feel like I should not be here, and I have just stumbled upon an evil lair. What? There's a panda down here. Froggy's got a knife. Okay. This is something else. Problem is, how do I even get out of here? There's a door over here, but it looks calibrated. Yes, this is the Facebook layer. That must be what it is. Well, you know what? Since I don't know how to get out there, I think I'm just going to take the train back and yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my ride back. And I'm going to act like I've never seen this because that looks nefarious. Yeah, I'm kind of happy to be out of there. I don't want any part of this. And now I'm starting to think that like it was potentially Blockdown or Froggy that stole my stuff. But like why? I mean the RV's over here, but like where's my sign and stuff? Either way, I do have bigger fish to fry. Oh, and by the way, this arena right here, we actually just had a lovely battle where we battled it out in a soccer arena, which was actually kind of cool. And I even made a custom sign for this event. By the way, you guys should actually see a little bit of it.
Okay, Froggy, I hand it over to you. You're the ref.
I don't know anything about this game, Joe.
It's first to 3 goals. First to 3 goals.
First to 3, all right.
Also, if you stand in the goal and trigger the tripwire hook, that counts as an own goal. You snooze, you lose.
Is this our formation? I like this formation. It's good formation.
I like it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Woo!
Oh! He's cheating! Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, God.
Come on, Dave, come on. Get it.
There's going to be chaos.
Upfield.
So if we push
them.
Oh!
Upfield, Dave. I'm pushing you.
Get him!
Oh, nice.
Go, get it.
Go!
Get it out.
Whoa!
Oh, try not to hit it on me.
Did you see the whole roof?
Oh, wait, somebody has a slip and fit.
Perfect!
Oh, sorry.
Bane's down.
Referee!
Where's the ball gone?
He's under attack.
I have to push you guys around.
If they go in,
Oh my gosh, okay.
Where is the ball?
I've just got to go for a quick nap. I'll be right back.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, pause.
All right, I'm ready. I'm keeping this.
Oh, they stepped in their goal! Yeah!
Wait, what? Wait.
We'll take that!
Let's go!
Yay!
You can hit me. Yeah, you can hit me in. Come on. Yeah, okay. So
we'll give him a go back.
Wow.
Oh, it's 11.
Wow, okay.
I'm
From
glad
this
you put a
point
clock
forward,
up
no
there.
pushing players into the goal, or else you're out.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Go forwards, Mark.
Up.
Go forwards.
Got him.
We're good.
Just stay forwards. Stay forwards. Yeah,
Oh,
Get it, Eggs.
oh, so close.
Good
Oh,
save,
Oh, as you sitting. Oh.
it's there. Dave, come on.
Woo!
Lockdown.
We got a boy!
With eggs.
Oh, it doesn't count. Froggy, you can put it back to 1 if you want.
Froggy, you said that was illegal.
Wait. How do you put it back?
What are you
Oh,
guys
so-
sleeping inside of your own goal
Around the
for?
football.
Are we
I'm
continuing?
red carded.
Woo!
Okay, guys. I'll go forwards.
I only have half.
What a strike!
Absolutely beautiful.
Shoot.
Nice.
Who was that?
Unbelievable. That was
That was
me.
Foxy.
Foxy, that was amazing.
Nice goal.
That's
nice
all you
goal.
want me on your team.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Cross. Get it.
Oh,
Get
oh,
it.
Get it.
No, there was a person. I saw a person go over.
No,
I saw a person go over.
That was legit.
Will say, though, after all of those shenanigans, it is nice to have the RV back. And yes, this is technically back home. So back to the actual power station itself, and this is where things are going to get rather large. There's several things I have to factor in for this power station. One is we've got to get lava to it, and we also have to be able to pump water into it. So those are two major things that we have to account for. But also, I want to make this a rather large structure that encompasses this entire 3-circle section, which is over 90 blocks in length. And so I've just taken the basic curve that we already have here, and these are 33 by 33 circles, but I'm going to take this entire circle and wrap this around. This is going to be part of a rather large building that is going to be on the back side of what is going to be an even bigger building that is going to be on the front side facing this direction, which is also going to have some pipes that are routing off the sides of it. I've got some pretty big plans, and I really want the side of the building, I want these pipes to be tilted, and I want to utilize maybe some of the mechanics that are used over on the bridge. For example, where we take a structure and we sort of tilt it sideways with the create contraption ability. But knowing how big of an area I'm going to need, well, that's going to be very helpful for figuring out where exactly I want to place in my lava source and water source. Now with the circle foundation laid in, I can start to figure out how wide I want the starting building, like the upper ridge that is going to be connected to the major sort of cathedral looking part. And then I got to figure out how far away do I actually want the connectors, the other chimneys that are going to be connected to the main structure. With the outer wall sort of cleared out, and I now have my rough shape for what the building is going to look like, I do also want to get a lava pit set up here. And this is also going to have some stuff that wraps around it. But this is the pit, and this is going to be 11 by 11, which means that if we multiply 11 by 11, we get a number, and then we need to divide that. We need to divide 10,000 by that number, and we get a little bit over 82. So we need to go down 83 blocks. And because I actually want this to be level with the lava, well, there is something special that I want to do. If we get the exact number, we can actually make our upper level. Now, looking at our F3 menu, at my feet right now, we're at Y level 95. And so if I just subtract 83 from that, we should get the exact Y coordinate that we need this drill section to go down to. So this means that I should go all the way down to Y level 12, give or take. And this would be a good position for me to place down some glowstone in the wall so that way I can see the light emit once our drills get all the way down there. Currently, I'm standing on Y level 12, meaning that this should be exactly where we need to be. With that defined, I do want to start laying in my drills. With the drills laid in, I also want this to automatically fill in the walls so I don't have to do it this time. And because I have all of the deployers and they're automated, yep, this should be an easy task. And I think for the filler, I'm going to use stone, and so I can use my clipboard to right-click to copy the settings and then just punch on all of these to save their settings. I've gone ahead, added some storages, and placed in some stone, and this is ready to go. We just got to get some power to it. And so I've got my chain over here, and I'm just going to connect this over. So for me to launch this, I'm just going to place a gearbox, connect it up to a chain conveyor for now, and then hope that this is going in the right direction. No, we've got to get it on the other side. Either way, once I power this, there it goes. It is going to start launching and kind of doing exactly what I wanted it to do, except for these corners. I'm going to have to manually fill those in. Oh boy, and I've encountered a little bit of water down here, but that shouldn't stop it any. It still should be able to continue down, and it looks like we're getting close to the glowstone. As soon as I see a light source here pop through, I know that I'm right there. And now I see glowstone, which means it's time for me to take this and bring it all the way back up. And so up it comes. And it's also brought some friends with it this time. Man, it is aggressively poking. But yeah, I'll take these guys. Now, like I mentioned before, after getting this whole thing cleared out, we need to figure out a way to make the upper level of lava flat. Otherwise, we're going to have a situation where there's going to be 43 source blocks that are technically like off center, and it's going to prevent it from actually being level. So the way that I want to do this is by taking this 83 that we went down, and you multiply that by the 11 times 11, which is going to be 21, and you end up getting like 1043. And so this means that if we just take this 43 blocks right here and we just fill this area in, well, then we should have a perfectly flat area up top. Now, even though we have this in, we do have to make sure that our hose pulley goes all the way down to this section right here and not actually up top here. We want it to go to the very, very bottom, which is going to be the side that our glowstone is on. Now we've got to figure out how to get the lava in. And this is where I could just run a pipe over here and maybe have to run like 2 pumps to get it over here. But I do want to try utilizing packages. This may sound kind of weird, but I think what we could potentially do is connect up a frog over here, drop it onto here that has a full lava bucket, and just keep loop cycling just lava buckets over and over again. So back in the mall, to be able to create these buckets, well, we would just have a frog that is a receiver frog that is going to start the loop. This is what's going to receive basically the empty buckets, right? So this should be able to accept empty buckets. So I'll just link this frog up right here. And I think I'll call this bucket null. So this is going to be looking from the package after it has emptied. So this is going to pull it in, start the loop, drop it onto the depot. This is going to spout the lava into the bucket. And then we need a filter for a lava bucket right here. So the lava bucket then will run through and go into this container, which we can just give a solid redstone signal and then give this a package address on a sign. For example, bucket filled, I think is going to work out just fine. Now this needs to send it back onto the chain and then send that bucket back out. And then this one is going to have a solid redstone signal on it. Back over on the lava side of things, we'll have a packager, and then we'll just have a frog that is like right here, for example. This one is going to have the address bucket filled. Then we want to send the package back around. Let's see, connecting downwards. Let's take it a little higher. Maybe it'll go here. Perfect. And then this is going to have a sign address that is going to be to the bucket null. And then this should receive a solid redstone signal. So if all is well, whenever I place this bucket in, it'll get depackaged into here. That gets drained, that gets sent along, repackaged, and then we should see another package on its way very soon. And yes, here comes the package. Okay, and so that is going to unpackage, drain, and then there we go. We have another one down the line. So it wasn't perfect because, yeah, I just realized I can't use item drains for fluids that go over top of them, but there is another solution that we can use instead of this. And that is going to be breaking this, and this, and instead we can use a smart chute down on the bottom and have this pull items off, and then we can use something underneath to just sort of block it from depositing or dropping out the bottom. Place the item in the filter, which is going to be this, and we can just use a packager directly off the side of this instead. The cool thing to know, if you go ahead and place a lever on this, it doesn't actually power the chute, so it does save it, and you can actually pull directly out of there. So this should now allow me to send this correctly. For example, if this goes here, packages up and gets sent out appropriately. Now I can just place in more buckets. It's going to get filled one at a time, and we can just start putting in as many buckets as we want. And I'm thinking at least having a total of 16 buckets potentially like going is going to be a good idea. With this, there's just a constant flow of packages, which are allowing this to fill the entire thing. And yes, instead of doing like the cheaty method or cheesy method, I am still filling the entire thing up. Now, while this is filling up, I think what I should do is probably start to fill this whole thing in. And I'm going to be using this block palette where we have andesite, a couple of stone blocks here, also cobblestone. It's going to be 2 sets of gravel. This sort of pattern, which is the same thing I was sort of outlining here, this is what's going to take up all of this space. After laying out the foundation, I did get a little bit build happy, and I started to sort of sculpt out what the build is ultimately going to be based as. So I have some of my base foundations. This is going to be the entryway where you actually walk into the main part of the building. This is our lava pit, which is, by the way, already almost completely filled. This is working so fast. And then we're going to have piping that actively runs. I'm taking inspiration from the way Kev built his factory, where we're going to have some much larger looking pipes than regular pipes, even though it's probably only going to have a single pipe running through it, which is ultimately going to lead to these, which this is going to contain our engines. And so these only need to be 5 blocks tall, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 blocks tall. Yeah, they only need to be 5 blocks tall. And then we're going to just simply pipe the lava into the bottom. So I'll have a section that runs here, and then this will split into multiple different pipes, which is all going to power the bottom of the blaze burners, which is really cool because we have that add-on mod that allows you to send fluids into the blaze burners. Now, something I also have to keep in mind is getting water into this system too. So we are going to need some sort of pipe too to send water through, unless I do water individually from each stall, which might also be a pretty good option. We're going to just have like a water pipe down here that is pulling up into these. And then also, how do I want to handle this? Do I want them all to be on the top for this, or do I want them to be all on the side? That I still don't know either. I don't know. I still think they all look really good when they're all placed on the top like this, since you do get a maximum output of 9 for here, and 9 happens to fit perfectly on the top. Yeah, I think this is going to be the way to go, and then we'll have to figure out some way to handle the transfer of power all the way through. Maybe we can handle it directly in the center and sort of feed everything into the middle. And we now have ourselves an infinite pool, and you can see right here it does say bottomless supply. However, I do have to pop this and get this lifted all the way up and then place a singular lava source right here, and then that should be fully sustainable and unlimited. When lava pools are flat like this, the way that I have figured out to get this to work is by placing like a lava source right here directly on the top. And then when this is converted and actually rotating the correct direction, I'm watching out for that creeper there. Let's see, let's make sure this is turned this way, and then I will turn this the other way. And then what I want is for this to fill with lava. If I can get this guy away from me, I should be able to place this back in. Nothing is going to come out of here. And if I give this rotational power, that should then say bottomless supply, I hope, and should start filling this. Doesn't say bottomless supply, but it should be. Aha, there we go. I just basically replaced the container with a actual tank, and now it says bottomless supply. Now with a lava system in check, I think it's now time for us to start sort of routing some things around and getting our steam engines up and running. And it's at this point that I'm realizing this is going to be a massive build. It's going to take me a really long time, I think, to get all set up and said and done. So I think what I really want to focus on just primarily right now is just getting our steam engines up and running so that way they are functioning. Now, I definitely bit off more than I can chew with this build, at least for this episode. I do definitely want to get these at least up and running where they are powered on. I think that would be really nice, but I am running into my first piping issue. Now, I did set this all the way over here, which means I do need to run some pipes, which also means I've got to get some basic stress over here. And these are going to cost over 1,000 SU each. And we only have 3,000 SU available, which I think is going to be just enough to be able to finish off and get our pipes up and running, because I think we'll be able to do this entire line with just 2 pumps. I think the way I want to handle this though is by running shafts alongside all of our setups. So what I can do here is I can take a gearbox and then run a shaft up here, connect it to the central point, which is going to be, for right now, just hooked up to a chain conveyor. But once I get the system up and running, we can definitely hook it to itself. But yes, this is going to run a chain that is going to run all the way down here. Then we can run a shaft that is connected to this all the way down the other side. And then using my special mushrooms, I can get down in here and easily place them all in. And what should happen is, because we have the rotational energy coming in and we can pull up to 64 blocks in a pipe, we should be able to get lava pulling from there, hopefully. And this should definitely say unlimited lava source. Bottomless supply, okay. And we have lava flowing, perfect. And then is it actually making it up to this point? Okay, it looks like it is, which means we should have lava here, which also means we should have lava here, which has made it into this blaze burner. And then because this isn't going to reach far enough, we are going to have to use this pump, which should carry the lava even further, powering all of these. It should kick on once they all get some lava, and then finally make it all the way down to this one, which also does appear to be receiving lava now. Oh, and I hope this allows all of these to kick on. Now, this is a little bit of a struggle because I am running into a problem where I don't have a whole lot of stress. If I add another pump to the mix, for example, our entire stress system shuts down. So what I want to do is at least get one of these online. That way I can go ahead and tap this one into the main system, and that will give me a big boost. And I think these should be able to run off of each other. There should not be a problem with the system shutting down. But the way I want to handle the water system for this is by using 2 large water wheels, and we should be able to power 2 water wheels from the side here. Like, this should not pose a problem whatsoever. And I think placing it in like this should generate enough SU. This one's not generating anything. We have to have at least a flowing source on the upper section, and then also get it to forcefully flow down to the other section as well. So that one's now generating. And so if I flow this down like a stair step, that should trigger the bottom one to also generate SU. So this should be perfect. So now I should be able to line the pipe up here. I've got it connected into the rotational energy, and I have a rotational speed controller getting it up to the RPM that this is going to need. And so we should be able to power this off of one pump, which should be able to carry unlimited amounts of water for us. Okay, so now all we have to do is get rotational energy from here up to here, which is a little easier said than done. I like placing a gearbox here, and then that there should be enough water to start this and get ourselves a level 9 up and running. Beautiful. I've already done some calculations here, and we have a perfect area that lines up to be able to get this to connect back into the main source before the speed controller, which is important because if we add a speed controller here and then tap it into the system, it will potentially break either that speed controller or the one that is connected here. So I do want to connect the slow end into the section that starts before, which means I've got to run a chain conveyor that runs all the way around here, keeping the same RPM. For design reasons, I'm going to carry this with 2 of these going all the way down, which will lead into a center one. And this is the one that I'm going to use to carry the chain conveyor all the way across. Right here is where I want to get this connected in, but I am a little bit concerned. I do want to make sure the rotation direction is exactly the same. And I do have to take this all the way down, which is going to be fine. I've just got to get the base connection here and then we'll run a shaft. But this has to go all the way down to Y level 95. This position, I can put a chain conveyor and then hope I have enough chains to be able to make this power reach. As I'm about to tap in all the way on the other side. We may need a separation in between, like we may need a divider, but I'm hoping that it will just simply reach. And it will connect all the way out here. It will connect. And now if I run a shaft, that is now sending the power back up to the mall. Before I go installing this, I want to see, okay, so this is rotating left, which means this should be rotating that direction, which I believe these are rotating in the correct orientation. It should be going that way on both sides, which they both are, which means that our rotation doesn't even have to be changed or anything like that. It should just connect in smoothly with no issues. Oh man. Now with this, our stress on our system over here should have just jumped dramatically. Yes. Now that I have that, I can install a 3-pump system, which is going to be more than enough, I believe, for our entire setup here. But with a 3-pump system over here and a 3-pump system over here, we should be able to carry plenty of lava into the other 2. Because I believe the pump rate is RPM, and then you also you divide that by 2, and that is the millibuckets per tick that Create can pump. So down here, we'll tap that in. That should now be fueling all of these. And now we just got to get the water running. I'm so excited after getting the same water wheel set up. Water is now pumping and flowing all over the place, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll take this and do that. Perfect. That is just what I wanted. Now I've just got to unwaterlog these things. Then same thing on this side. Oh, that is perfect. And now what I need to do, because all of these are spinning in the same direction, is connect them all like so. And I am going to use that same 2 system where we just have 2 rods going through. All of that stress funneling into here to equal about 589,000. Now, I really want this to look prettier than just having a billion SU. I don't really want like a million SU running around. I'm just literally supplying for myself. And I think this is going to be more than enough for right now, considering this all was running literally off of just 1. So these 3, I want it to be more aesthetically pleasing. And I think these do look a whole lot better. And there's going to be a tower that goes even higher off of them. But boy, I still have a lot to get done. And I mean a lot. This is just the power side of things. This is also going to be a print distribution shop, and I'm also going to put in here a auto dyer. That is something that I'm pretty excited about too. Something that I can pop items in and they can be dyed in any color, as I got inspiration from Kev's area. So I think that is going to be a really nice thing to have, and it's also going to help for any other builds that I plan on putting in the area. But now if you have any other suggestions of things that I might add to this area, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. And also guys, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video guys a huge thumbs up. This episode was quite stressful. And now without further ado, it's time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to Kaori the Kitsu. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and just supporting my content in one of the best ways possible. Thank you so very much. And guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to the future where we build even more. And as always, thanks for watching.
Bye.